beautiful Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I'm using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for July. I can't believe we're here already. Where is the time going? Blink and we're already in Cancerian season. And of course, you know, this is a time where your heart space starts to open further to nurture close relationships, focus on the things that you care about the most, and also prioritize your self-care needs. On a personal level, July offers you a softness to really tap into your rich inner world and lean into your emotional landscape to cathartically assess where you feel secure and, of course, where you feel you could reinforce some boundaries. Now, if you're lucky enough to have some time away, whether it's a vacation, a staycation, or even a moment to self, this is a period to recharge and refocus, but also it will remind you that there truly is no place like home. So, this month will set you thinking. Where and who feels like home? Where do you feel like you belong right now? But most importantly, you'll be coming home to self with compassion to re-energize. So if you've been feeling a little detached from self recently, caught up in the busyness of life, or have even abandoned aspects of self to give unconditionally to others or projects or responsibilities, this month encourages you to reacquaint with self, to enjoy moments of stillness, connect to your higher self, but also to submerge yourself in hobbies or quality alone time. Now, let's not forget that we have my favorite planet, Jupiter, in the mix, planet of good luck, good fortune, expansion, and opportunity. It will sit in the sign of Cancer right up until June 2026, increasing the opportunity for prosperity despite changeable environments or circumstances that we are currently experiencing. Now, anything that you truly care about will be given a boost of positivity, a time of heightened emotions where you honor rather than suppress feelings, a reflective month where nostalgia could literally come knocking on your door to really make you smile or even plunge you into a deep healing process to detach, let it go, and let it flow. This month is all about returning to happier times, and the full moon occurs in the sign of Capricorn from the 10th or the 11th of July, depending on where you are in the world. And this will make you focus on the work-life balance that will be firmly on your mind as you review it. Now, of course, work doesn't always mean career. It can mean your projects, your responsibilities, and of course, we have that hard taskmaster Saturn reminding you and all of us to get organized, to get our projects, tasks, responsibilities efficiently out of the way and done, and only then can you head out to play. But equally, if you've been working too hard and neglecting your personal needs, July asks you to find balance and space for fun, especially since your third house is influencing you. So you may have a little bit of an inner battle, time by yourself, but also social activities to keep you integrated there. Now, of course, we also have Mercury retrograding from the 17th, so some of you may see a reemergence of an ex or even a return to a project that you've been meaning to prioritize. I would also suggest saving down any important documents, as Mercury retrogrades can interfere, shall we say, with internet, apps, glitches, things like that, power outages, as well as delays in communication, travel, and misunderstandings. It's always important to get everything in writing so there can be no misunderstanding there. Now, we have beautiful Venus, planet of love, nestling up to Uranus this month, reigniting the spark in existing relationships, whilst also adding a spicy encounter for those who are single and ready to mingle. You could suddenly meet the love of your life if you're searching right now. Now, this month, because we are in Cancerian season, it's all about home. So you may make some surprising purchases for your home, or suddenly revamp with DIY, or spontaneously create something that beautifies your personal sanctuary. Cancerian season is always about feeling secure and connected to those that you hold dear. However, there are some energies outside of that to contend with this month. Uranus. Now, that is a very unpredictable outer planet. Its middle name is Plot Twist, for it likes to disrupt the status quo. So this can mean that, you may suddenly change your mind on something, or perhaps cancel something, reschedule, or, perhaps you change your direction. It can add a revolutionary and often rebellious dynamic. And as we are in Cancerian season, it's important to tap into your inner compass to navigate any surprises. This month is all about how you feel. So as I mentioned already, you may even surprise yourself with a sudden change of direction that may actually shock others as well. Now, in terms of global events, please fast forward this part if you don't wish to hear it. I know the energy is very turbulent right now, and not everybody wants to listen to this part, so I completely understand. Fast forward until I hold up your first card. That's when the tarot reading starts. But we do have Saturn and Neptune stationing, then retrograding, both together, and this means that it moves back into the sign of Pisces, which is very unique and a very big deal. It hasn't happened since like the 1800s, so this planetary movement has in the past coincided with some significant global changes, political upheavals, revolutions, and the dissolving of structures. So on a global scale, I have to give it to you straight, we might be in for a little bit of a bumpy ride astrologically, and I almost don't want to think about the chaotic energy swirling outwardly this month, as we've already seen what the might of Saturn can really do. It's considered a cosmic bully, clashing with Neptune with such dynamism, and we've already witnessed it throw its weight around in June to chaotically push us towards new structures and creating, new paths, and basically it was a lot. And with the addition of the unstable Uranus this month, we could see a bit of a shock factor added into the mix before we find resolution or some resemblance of peace, shall we say. Now, Uranus will leave the sign of Taurus, then dip into your sign, my beautiful Gemini. So we could also see some radical shifts economically from now until a major climax in November. And personally, I'm keeping an eye on a particular alignment called Kal Sap Dosha, often called the Dragon's Grip, where 7 major planets align between Rahu and Ketu, the north and south nodes of the moon, which are often considered the dragon's head and tail. Now, when I was contemplating this alignment, my guides gave me this. The strait from Tokyo to Indonesia, a midway point marks a spot. Java shall quake as the ridge doth rise. Now, I cannot tell you if a major event will occur in this area in July or not. I don't often get dates, But this chaotic alignment, it will influence us heavily until July 28th. And it can bring significant transformation in terms of landscapes, of course, massive seismic and volcanic shifts as well. However, I want you to be aware that with all these volatile cosmic alignments and clashes that we've been experiencing over the last couple of years, we are currently moving through Cancerian season, and this searches for peace in the chaos of turbulent times. It seeks to find understanding and resolution in uncertainty so that security can reign again once more. It will try hard to guide us home to peace and love, but it will also have to work hard because of the planetary shifts. Now, Saturn can actually be reframed. Saturn is all about duty, and as we move through July and beyond, we all have a duty to passionately lead with light in our hearts, to exact compassion and understanding. This is our world, and we have a right to live peacefully in it. So hold that vibration of peace, of love, and together we can shift the energy towards a world we desire to live in. Now, there's so many layers of energy when the planetary alignments shift. So on a personal level, because there's a global level, a personal level, and that personal level will see you maintain and sustain, to find comfort and joy in the present moment, to make the changes you want to see in your world, and then lean into July as a respite before launching yourself forward towards accomplishing your goals with greater speed, and also with the help of Jupiter's great benevolence and support. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you. I only read the uprights in the deck. I want you to be aware of that. And your first card there is the Sun. So a lot of you are trying to be super positive despite challenging circumstances right now. I feel a lot of you are looking at your energy levels, trying to move away from anything that drains you right now. Five of Pentacles, for some of you, if you've just started a relationship, because the Ace of Cups there, okay, and the Five of Pentacles, this can indicate that some of you have just met someone new and you factored them into your life, and it's wonderful. It's going really well right now, but you're exhausted because you're running your life. You have a welcome new addition to your life. So if that's you, I feel, that love can make you feel on top of the world, and of course it will re-energize you, but make sure you find balance so that you can have a moment to yourself to rest, as it were. So I'll just leave that there and move on. I'm just mentioning the Ace of Cups for some of you because it is a protagonist energy. So if you've just met someone new, it may have been really hard to find love, but now you're in the throes of it. Passion, that's what the Sun is all about. But for the rest of you, there is this energy of leading with passion throughout your month. I feel like you're going through a major personal development, a lot of growth. I mean, a lot of you are focused on growth this month, and 8th house is influencing you, so that can be about your joint finances, your mortgage payments, repayment plans, and credit card debt. This is the house about transforming your finances, and especially since you have the Five of Pentacles there, a lot of you may be keeping a tight rein on your finances, maybe worried about the way the economy is going right now. So you're trying to think about ways to expand your reach or, grow your finances there. So a lot of you could be, sacrificing a large portion of your finances. Five of Pentacles can indicate that you're tightening your financial belt, as it were, because you're putting a larger down payment on a mortgage or repayment plan, or looking at ending debt. That will be your focus, your main focus, of course, because the 8th house, it deals with endings and beginnings, but also joint finances. So it can be that some of you will be transforming your finances to make sure that there is more money in your pocket. It's for the better, but it can indicate with that Five of Pentacles there that you put a larger portion, leaving you with a little to play with for the rest of the month. Some of you may have booked a vacation, for example, and you're saving for that. It can indicate with that Five of Pentacles that you're making sure that you have access, shall we say, because the Sun can be an access card, access to a smaller amount of money in order to pool your resources for when you take a vacation or book one, if that's what you are trying to save for right now. But this month, your 3rd house is also influencing you, and I'm not surprised to see the Sun card there, because the 3rd house is all about communication. It's the mind, it's the thoughts, but also it is about being socially interactive. So it says here, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself right now, a period of happiness. So July tends to be a lull month for some, especially in different industries. This is a time where a majority of people take vacations or take some time off. So you could see like a slowdown, because Five of Pentacles, especially if you run your own business or you are, working in a certain industry or whatever it is that you do, you could notice that it's not as busy as usual. There's a slow energy with that Five of Pentacles, but things will pick up pace with the Seven of Pentacles there. A lot of you, because you're going from the 5 to the 7 of Pentacles there, it could be that you are trialing new ideas or having like lots of inspiration. The Sun can be an inspirational card where suddenly you have a vision of something that would make you more money. The Sun is to nourish something, and a lot of you, it can be that you're working really hard towards a promotion, or you're working really hard towards, doing 2 streams of income, for example, and you're at an evaluation period in this month. It feels very much like you're taking stock of things with that Sun energy. I mean, a lot of you are focused on your energy. So with that Five of Pentacles, some of you could notice that you've been feeling exhausted recently, depleted in your energy resources. You may actually discover with that Ace of Cups something, especially cups are connected to liquid form. It could be a tonic or something, or a vitamin that perhaps you feel you've been lacking there with that Five of Pentacles. And when you start to, and just as an aside, always check with a medical practitioner, because I'm not medically trained, of course, but some of you could identify a person with that Emperor energy, someone who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, who is an authoritative figure in some area, body, mind, soul, whatever it is, that can guide you towards a missing ingredient, for example, so that you can be back to optimum health there. But I feel this is about you acknowledging that things are hard. With the Five of Pentacles, this can be the struggle. A lot of you are working hard towards building something right now, and it is hard, and you feel depleted, but it feels like whatever is on the other side of this, there's so much success, reward, you're growing something with all of that energy, and I feel like there is an opportunity coming in. It's rare for an opportunity to come in the month of July there, but I feel there is something coming in with that Ace of Cups, something new that you'll be very curious about. Now, this could be a conversation, could be information, could be a new sort of opportunity, a phone call, some sort of correspondence that highlights you're being offered something this month with that Ace of Cups. But the Ace of Cups tends to mean that, you're thinking about starting something. Perhaps following your heart on something. A lot of you may also feel like, well, it depends on where you are in the world. For example, some of you are in summer, some of you are in winter, and the world and the weather feels a little bit confused right now. So perhaps you may be finding yourself in winter, but it's like super hot, or the other way around, because the weather is a little bit confused right now. But with the Sun energy, it just feels like a flourishing happening. And with that Ace of Cups, if you're searching for love, I feel like you are loving yourself in a different way, and now you're a magnet to find love. With the Five of Pentacles, you may feel that it's really hard to find love. You may feel there's a deficiency of anyone that you're hoping to meet right now. No one is, ticking those boxes. But the Emperor energy is there, which is a divine counterpart energy. And the Four of Pentacles, it can mean that you come out of a comfort zone because it's in the resistance position. And the Tower is there, which is a shock factor. Tower in the resistance position can indicate that some radical change works for you rather than against you, and it can indicate that you go somewhere new that you've never been before, and you put yourself completely in alignment with love. So if you are searching, this is a great month to have a bolt from the blue. Suddenly you're in love, so I feel there is an opportunity there, especially since you have the moon. This is a very romantic energy. So with that Chariot, you may even take a trip with this person quite early on in your relationship, and just know that this is the one, okay? But for the rest of you, the Ace of Cups is, really focusing on your emotional needs at this time, and holding that feeling that all is well, even though you're struggling with something. I feel the Ace of Cups is an energy here of a fresh new start, or even a fresh new emotional start. You're nurturing in your energy. Your heart is opening because you're connected to that Cancerian season energy. And this is a perfect time for money-making ideas, or even, communicating to the universe what it is you desire, because that third house is about you speaking loud and proud, expressing yourself, and the law of attraction is connecting to you. So you'll watch, people and circumstances come your way. I mean, the Tower often connects to like a mountain mountain energy. So it can be that whatever it is that you desire, you're holding it in your heart, and the universe will help you move mountains to accomplish it. Everything that is an obstacle falls away, or basically creates a path. The moon is always a pathway to something that you feel a little bit uncertain in, but the universe will send you unseen blessings or opportunities to help you make advancements there with that Chariot. The Chariot card is a very positive card. It means movement and improvement and a bit of a breakthrough and a victory. I feel this is your willpower. This is about you making changes in order to, make progress on something. So I definitely see an advancement there. Also, Ace of Cups, I feel this is you putting your whole heart and soul into something that you care about. And perhaps with that Five of Pentacles there, you are depleted, you are exhausted because you care so much about something. And, there's a longing with this. I feel there's this energy here of praying for something, okay, and I feel it will be delivered. But also, there is this energy that some of you will kind of focus on, because the 8th house can be you tapping into the shadow self. Okay, and whilst you are trying to be grateful for all that you have right now, you're also acutely aware of that which you do not have. So you may be looking at, your worries. You bring them into perspective this month. I feel the universe is going to send you a lifeline if you're worried about finances. You're going from a 5 of Pentacles to a 7 of Pentacles. It can be that you're making slow and steady progress, or you're being stricter with your finances in particular because your 8th house is all about finances, okay? But also, I feel this is the undercurrent. If you're focusing on your future, building a strategy, of course you're going to worry about the uncertainty of what lies ahead, because unless you are a psychic or you can have visions, you can't see ahead. You're just putting one foot in front of the other. But I can see here with that Chariot card that you are in control of your destiny, and you are guiding yourself to where you need to be. You will get to your destination. And the 7 of Pentacles is a bit of a review energy. It feels, especially at the end of the month, that you're kind of like at a fork in the road. A decision needs to be made. And that 8 of Swords can indicate that some of you may not know which path to take. So if you're offered something, for example, if some of you have come to this reading and you're out of work, and you are looking for an opportunity, or even if you are in work and you're looking for a promotion, or you're looking to upgrade your life in some way, you may feel right now it's hard with that 5 of Pentacles. There's a deficiency or a lack of opportunity, and I feel you could be offered a dream job opportunity, but perhaps it pays a little bit less than you were hoping for. You can negotiate a better deal because you have that Emperor energy, which is a very business-minded energy. 4 of Pentacles kind of indicates that, you have sticking power, you're holding to your sense of value there, you're not going to compromise, and you may even be offered an alternative, or even 2 opportunities come your way, and you choose the one that gives you a little bit more money, of course, but a lot of you may need some time to think about it first, because that 8 of Swords is like, okay, this is my dream opportunity, but it means a little bit less money. And this is also a great opportunity, but it's not exactly ticking all the boxes that I want, but it's a little bit more money. Do I take a little bit more money for the now? I mean, looking at the energy, you'll make your decision, but I feel if you're taking your dream job opportunity and they're offering a little bit less than you truly deserve, because there's a 5 of Pentacles here, it goes to a 4 of Pentacles, but then there's a 7. So it tells me with your confidence in yourself and your skill set, you're bossing up. You negotiate a better deal. So if someone offers you a certain amount of money, you can actually say, actually, I was hoping for this amount of money, even though secretly you're hoping for this, because the 8th house is all about secrets as well. It's almost like, I want to say keeping your cards close to your chest, like you're playing the game of career. So you're like, okay, I am hoping for this, but really you're hoping for this. And they say, okay, let's negotiate you down. That's too much, but you get to this level and you're like, oh, it's a little bit more than I was hoping for. So that's great. It's a win for you, but you kind of allow the other person to feel like they're in control of the deal, like they won the deal, because that kind of like, in some way flatters their ego, and at the same time you're like, yes, I got what I wanted though, so it's all good. So I feel some of you could deal with that this month. A lot of you may even like suddenly launch a business, because this is a business card. This can indicate that you're being your own boss, or you're investing in something for your future. Perhaps there is this energy of duality, doing two things. So you may actually expand your reach. You're nourishing one thing that's working really well, and the other thing is slower, but you're not giving up on it. You're just giving it a little bit more time, and you'll start to see it flourishing over time there as well. Now, I'm going to pull a quick card on that Five of Pentacles there for you, because this can also be insecurity, especially when you've got the Ace of Cups. Some of you, if you've been feeling a bit insecure in a relationship, you could have a very honest, open conversation with your partner. If they've been acting a little bit immature recently or did something that shocked you with that Tower energy, the Seven of Pentacles indicates you can save the relationship, but the Moon energy indicates that, you know, you need to reveal a little bit more about self, or there has to be a little bit more understanding there. So I feel with that Chariot card, you can overcome the blip in the relationship if there is some sort of critical energy there. And the Eight of Swords, it basically means that you didn't see what happened coming, as it were, because that can be jealousy. It can also be finding out a truth or waiting to find out a truth about a situation. The truth will out with the Moon energy. Anything that's under the surface is revealed. But that Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords combined means the relationship can be protected as long as both parties, are maturely discussing feelings and their vision of the future and trying to save the relationship, which I feel it can be saved. Okay, so if you're going through a few challenges in a personal relationship, this doesn't have to be romantic. This can be a friendship, it can be a sibling, it can be a family member, or even a boss or a neighbor. I feel things could get critical before they can heal. It's like everybody's under pressure, and I see a lot of you with that Tower, you're under pressure right now, okay, and this can, escalate, shall we say, especially since we have an Emperor. A lot of you, if you are in a career, especially if you work for somebody, your boss, they may try to abuse their power in a situation. For example, if you're asking for a vacational date, you want some time off, they may play hardball and say, actually, there's too many people away during this time. How about you do this date? And you're like, well, that's not the date that I want. So you may need to negotiate a better deal there. We have the King of Swords and the Hermit. A lot of you, because I want to see what this Five of Pentacles is. Five of Pentacles can be to withdraw. Okay, so with that Hermit energy, a lot of you are withdrawing into self in order to focus on an idea. With that King of Swords, this is, of course, a Gemini energy. A lot of you are withdrawing to focus on yourself, prioritize your own needs at this time. A lot of you are feeling just exhausted, or there's a bit of a void, almost like you're detaching, or you feel a bit numb or just on autopilot because you're busy. I mean, the Chariot card indicates you're pushed and pulled in many different directions. King of Swords, you've got a plan, you're strategizing. This is a review month for you to make a decision on something, but the Hermit indicates a withdrawal in order to get clarity, or, see the way ahead, or intuitively make a decision that will help you move forward there. And a lot of you with that King of Swords, because it's a bossing up energy, you could be expanding your reach if you are a boss, going international, utilizing the internet because your third house is there. You could connect to some sort of like automated business idea, for example, or maybe this is something that you're just thinking about right now. I mean, I hate to say it, but the eighth house is about beginnings and endings, and the third house is all about technology. So you may be looking at the nature of infrastructure, job security, things like that right now, and you may be noticing a hard lean towards AI and technology, kind of like doing certain jobs that us regular people do, right? So it could be that you want to stay ahead of the game. You're very knowledgeable already about whatever it is that you do, but you may be wondering, can you create a manual of how to do what you do? Or can you actually learn a skill that will keep you relevant in your industry? So a lot of you, this could be thoughts right now. I've got to be honest with the energy that's coming out and how the houses kind of reflect and interact with each other. But looking at the energy, there's a lot of security here for you. So I feel that you are someone who's navigating this shift, even though there's worry there. Now, of course, King of Swords and the Hermit can indicate a period of in silence comes wisdom. So if you're wrestling with something, great problem solving month for you there, and the ideas will just flow to you. You're very intelligent, and the King of Swords indicates you're taking accountability for your life. I feel you're being stricter with yourself and your energy, and withdrawing from things that perhaps you feel disrespected in, or erecting healthier boundaries. So people, they come to you in a higher vibration, for example. But with that Hermit energy, a lot of you are thinking of going solo on something, and the 8th house can make you feel a little bit like withdrawing into the shadows, okay, to focus on something that you're obsessed with, you know, that you're passionate about, in order to make progress there as well. Now, on a personal level, of course, you're nurturing your personal needs. The Tower can indicate you're under a lot of pressure at capacity, and you may be managing things like stress, cortisol levels, high blood pressure, things like that, because the Tower can mean that things get to a very like combustible level. So you're keeping your eye on things so that they don't become too critical, because the Tower is in the resistance position, is exactly where you want it to be. But it says here, things are not as they seem, an opportunity for you to rebuild stronger. Now, this can indicate that a hidden opportunity is about to be delivered to you in the month of July. And at first, it shocks you. You're like, oh, okay, this is going to add something to the mix that I really need to think about. Okay, so with that 8 of Swords, it can be that you need to go into self to identify which direction you're going to take life into next, okay? It could be a difficult decision as well. Some of you, there may be something offered to you at first, but your hands are tied, and you may have to wait it out, or, you know, communicate that when the time is right, you'll be ready for the opportunity. So you may have to negotiate times or something like that coming through. But looking at the energy, we have an Emperor. So, I mean, in terms of global events, the Emperor can represent authoritative figures. There may be some sort of shock. Like, I mean, does anything shock us these days because everything's so critical? But there may be something shocking that comes out in the month of July that sees a leader leave their position, for example. This could also play out in your working environment, that the boss leaves, or there's a sudden merge, because the Tower can be a sudden opportunity. But also, you know, the Four of Pentacles is to hold on to something. So I would say that some of you in the home space, because this month is all about home, you know, there could be some glitch with the internet, or there could be some sort of device in your home space that breaks down or is critical. But the Emperor energy, I mean, you could have someone, a friend in your life, who helps fix it, but the Four of Pentacles can indicate that it's salvageable, like you won't have to pay out any finances for it. Bizarrely, that's really strange message, but you know, maybe if your friend is doing you a favor, or perhaps you fix it yourself, you know, Four of Pentacles indicates you hold on to your money. So that's coming out there as well. But something feels like it's not as it seems. So this could be critical information that you need. King of Swords came out, that's information. And it can be that you feel there's a delay in your life in some way, but it's because the universe wants to get this information to you first before you make a decision. The Moon energy indicates that something will come to the surface, something will be revealed there. You know, it literally says on that card, grow and understand yourself better. Look closely and check, don't assume. So again, this is a period where there could be misunderstandings. If someone quotes you something, whether it's a purchase or a contract, get it in writing. Don't assume the conversation is something that will be reflected in the deal. Okay, make sure it is on that paper before you sign anything there. I mean, the Four of Pentacles, a lot of you are focused on your finances, okay? You have so many pentacles here, and your 8th house is influencing you. So this means, you know, a lot of you may be kind of building your pension pot or focusing on your savings plan for the future. But also some of you may be thinking about retiring, your 401ks, things like that, or deciding when to do it. So you have a plan, because I feel a lot of you are planning. But there is this energy, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, that some of you may be really focused, like tunnel vision on something right now, and time is ticking away, which is brilliant. You're moving ahead, but also I feel there is this energy of like, get out there, have fun, come out of a comfort zone. So with that Tower energy, this could liberate you out of like a cycle of repeat, something that has held you back. This could be confidence issues for some of you. I just get this energy of you breaking free from something, because the Tower, it can be a limitation. So if you feel right now that you are limited in your opportunities, or you are limited in what you can do with your circumstances, July offers you a breakthrough moment where the sky is the limit and beyond. I feel there's no limitations there. Four of Pentacles is an energy of achievement, holding on to your position or holding court in some way, having power or influence. And if you are looking for a promotion, if you're in a career, you know, I feel like you'll have to wait a little bit before it's finalized, or yeah, I feel there's a waiting period, and it could require someone leaving first, or maybe there are some problems with the hierarchy, so you know, it feels like there's a waiting period before things get moving forward, but it will, especially at the end of July. A lot of you are committing yourself to your hobbies as well at this time, things that you're passionate about, and the Four of Pentacles indicates that you could, you know, nurture your skills, hold on to the skills that you have, but also, you know, you may develop, because the Seven of Pentacles is development in an area that you have been nurturing. Now, this can be personal development, doesn't always have to be connected to hobbies or career or money. This can be connected to you, body, mind, and soul. So some of you, you know, there's a period of mindfulness here, especially with this moon energy. There is this reflective kind of energy there. So you could be looking at improving your focus during this time with that King of Swords, journaling, mental well-being, especially when you're under pressure there as well, paying attention to self-help books or online podcasts, inspirational quotes, things like that, to be inspired to keep moving forward, because this is a month where you are embracing consistency. And that's what I feel like you're maintaining things this month there. I mean, also with the Four of Pentacles, initially it's in the resistance position. Some of you may be deciding to leave home or relocate during this time, or suddenly, spontaneously decide to have a road trip, or, you know, a sudden vacation, because a lot of you, I feel, you're at capacity trying to get everything done before you actually take a vacation. But some of you, if you are not in that position right now, you could suddenly decide, you know what, I'm just going to book a little trip away, even if it's a day away. I feel there's this spontaneous energy with that Tower. I'm just going to pull a card specifically on that Tower to see what it is for you, because the Four of Pentacles is also a foundation, okay? And the Tower is a foundational kind of like, I don't want to say wobble or shock, but it could be that you are raising in your vibrations, right? And that means that you feel a little bit like you're outgrowing people or situations. It can feel like you're isolated, or somehow you're doing everything alone. There's a lot of tension. You feel vulnerable, but you're driving out the old because you feel it's unacceptable the way some people are conducting themselves, or you're just outgrowing them because you are spiritually evolving, and it can feel a little bit lonely. So with that Four of Pentacles, it can be that suddenly you decide to join a group or get involved in your community because of your third house there. But the Four of Pentacles and the Emperor, I mean, the Emperor could be that someone you deal with is, especially since it's in the resistance position there, someone is immature in their behavior, or perhaps you have a clash of personalities with somebody. Ace of Wands, it's a breakthrough, it's a transformation, it's so positive, whatever this is. The Ace of Wands, I mean, aces are new energy. The universe throws a curveball at you that is super positive, so you have to make a decision. That's probably why you've got that Chariot there. Do you take a left? Do you take a right? Something that you're passionate about, something that you would love to do. These are different things. You know, it can be that something is wonderful, you'd love it, and it's great, but then there's something that really gives you that spark, that excitement, that challenge. A lot of you are challenging yourself this month to learn a language, or to come out of your comfort zone and do something you've never done before. Even if you're taking a vacation, you may actually book an activity, because this is a card of activities, you know, where it's thrill-seeking, or it's something you've always wanted to do but you've never done it, and now you come out of your comfort zone and finally just go for it, okay? Now, the Ace of Wands, of course, is an energy of new venture, so some of you may surprise people by launching something. Some of you will do a soft launch first, is what I'm being given here, because the Emperor, you know, you may feel it's not a great business time to launch something, so you may just hold off and wait and watch and be vigilant. But the Ace of Wands, if you're launching something, it's going to be really dynamic, and I feel it's inspirational, and there's a lot of change and impetus, and it could see a lot of people attracted to whatever it is that you're launching at this time. But also, this is about you being more flamboyant personally. So you could get more active this month, or change a style or a look there. But ultimately, I feel this is about you having a boost of energy. So love could put a spring in your step, or something offered to you that you will love is going to put a spring in your step. And I feel the Emperor energy indicates that you're taking charge of your life. So if there's something that you've been holding back on in the month of July, it's no holds barred. You're going for it, and you're structuring your world in a certain way where you're taking command, you're empowered, and you're moving ahead. Of course, the Emperor indicates a lot of success because you're being diligent and you are maintaining, sustaining, and being consistent in your efforts in whatever it is you're doing. And this can be diet related, this could be exercise related, it could be that you're doing more steps than usual, or getting down the gym, or you are changing the way that you sort of prepare meals, meal plans, for example, managing food costs for some of you. Whatever it is that you're managing, because this is like a manager card, you're managing your life, you're taking charge, you're breaking out of the funk, and you are kind of like breaking out of a cycle of repeat. I often say that the Tower is a place where we can get complacent. Okay, we build a structure in our life and we feel comfortable there, and comfortable is nice. But then suddenly comfortable starts to feel a little bit like, I want something new, I want something different. What is it? I don't know. So you could be exploring what that is for you and suddenly going, you know what? I just feel stuck in a rut. The tension, a Tower can be a sudden bolt from the blue, an epiphany where, when we're comfortable, we don't change anything. We're like, fine, it's okay. I'm just freewheeling, I'm doing my thing. But tension, when we feel really frustrated with ourselves or thinking, actually, that's not enough, I want more, or I want different. Tension makes us spring into action to transform. And I feel that's something that you're doing this month, transforming something that you're going to be so proud of here, and I feel it's really exciting. The moon energy is an outcome, so a lot of you are romancing your life a little bit more, but also I feel this power come to the surface where you are capable of so much, and you're going to be really proud of all that you accomplish this month. But also the moon can be like caution. It can be that some of you, especially with the Four of Pentacles there, it can be that you want to break out of the house. If you live with your parents, for example, because the Emperor can be parental energy. If you live with parents and it's in their house, it could be that it's their rules, regulations, but they're cool with whatever it is that you do, but you want a little bit more independence, so you're breaking free. There's often a dog and a wolf on the moon energy, so it can be this decision between comfort, coming out of the comfort zone, and that is, the dog is the comfort and the wolf is coming out of the comfort zone, because that's to be a little bit more independent. Wolves are pathfinders, so a lot of you may feel like, okay, things are at a plateau right now. They've been this way for some time, and now I'm feeling a bit fed up, so I need to strike out in a different direction, or try a new path, or, look at my options right now before I move forward. So I feel you're looking closely at something, reviewing, assessing something, and the universe, because you are thinking new things, the universe is delivering new things. And the Chariot card is the breakthrough. It means you're moving forward. The Chariot card is success. A lot of you, this is a vacation, of course, or a road trip. For some of you, there also may be something that you're keeping an eye on with your car, okay? With the moon energy, it could be that perhaps, something has sounded a little bit off and you're like, what's that? And you may identify what it is, and you get that fix. For example, a lot of you, again, I feel that it could be someone you know that fixes it, because you tend to hold on to your finances here. I mean, there is one pentacle difference, so some of you could pay a small amount, or it's less than you thought if you have to make some repairs on a car or anything, because the Tower can be a breakdown of something in the home, because you have the Four of Pentacles there. So I would say that you may seek someone who has knowledge in order to fix it, but it feels like you get it at a good deal or free for some of you. But the Chariot card, it says you need to take the lead, and that's what you're doing this month. Working on your own confidence to attract the opportunities or the person that you want. So if you want love, I feel this is about accepting that you are unique, and there is someone out there who is going to love your uniqueness. You're awesome. I feel this is about you loving yourself with that Ace of Cups in a way where you are a magnet. The more you love yourself, the more people will be attracted to you, because you are confident in who you are. You don't need somebody, but at the same time, person who comes your way is a welcome addition to your life, and you may want a companion. The Chariot card, a lot of you may meet this person traveling, or in motion, my guides just said. But the Chariot card is an advancement for where you feel like you are right now. Okay, so a lot of you feel like you're at a certain level. The Chariot card says, well, you smash through that level and you level up, or you kind of like increase or expand on opportunity. So a lot of you will have more energy this month because you're going to need that energy. You're going to be pretty busy. Chariot card, you're keeping a tighter rein on your finances there as well. But also the Chariot card indicates that you're moving forward and you may have a personal victory or win. You're passionate, you're driven, and you're leaving the past behind, or you're leaving June behind. Whatever happened in June, you're moving on. It's a springboard now, and you're going to make great advancements there as well. The Eight of Swords, I'm going to pull a quick card on this because the Eight of Swords can indicate that you don't see any of this coming. No opportunities, you're feeling right now exhausted, broken down, tired. A lot of you trying to remain inspired and passionate, but it's exhausting in something that you're trying to build, because these are foundational energies where you're trying to build something. Anything that's in the resistance position will go into the upright in the middle of the month. So you could meet a person who helps you advance, or a practitioner who helps you manage some sort of symptom you've been dealing with. So for example, if you have had something that tends to flare up from time to time, because the Tower can be like inflammation, or it can be, a breakout of something. If you have psoriasis, for example, if you were worried about something, Five of Pentacles, it can affect that, and you have a sudden flare up of something. The Sun can amplify. The Emperor can indicate a practitioner, someone who's, medically trained and knowledgeable, can offer you, something that can bring you down to a more grounded position to help you manage these things, and it may be something that can help you long term. Okay, when there's fluctuations. Some of you may also notice hormones fluctuating with that moon energy, and this is a period to ground or identify something that will ground your energy so that it's more manageable there as well. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is often my card to identify an eye test, or going for an eye prescription or glasses, for example. So some of you may hear that you need glasses, or because of course there's a mature card there. It can be as you mature, you are getting glasses, or it can be that your prescription changes in some way. But let me just pull a quick card on this Eight of Swords, because the Eight of Swords can be to bring your worries into review. And you have that Five of Pentacles, so some of you could be worried about something. Maybe it's money, maybe it's a lack of opportunity or a lack of something, or maybe you feel as you mature that you have less energy and you're identifying a deficiency there, and you can't seem to locate it. So you have to rely on going towards an institution like a practitioner to help you identify it. The Strength card, there's more energy, more strength. What else with the Eight of Swords? Because I'm picking on this energy that some of you may find out a truth about something that intuitively you realized, but Eight of Swords is to protect, so it doesn't directly affect you. Page of Cups, oof. A lot of you, there is this energy of love. But again, I feel, and it kind of clarifies again, that the Strength card is like you've been struggling with something, but you're going to have a breakthrough in the month of July. But it means that you're still making an impact and an effort, and the Page is a delivery of news, and it's Page of Cups. It's something connected to your heart that you're going to love. So I feel this is about you kind of like knowing something and it's being true. It's like you have a hunch with that moon energy. So it could be that someone has a secret and you identify it, or you have a hunch that someone is holding back on something, but when they reveal it, you knew it, and you're like, your intuition skills are developing. A lot of you may even go through a period of investing in a course of learning about how to develop your intuition, or your remote viewing I was just given there as well. But the Page of Cups ultimately is something being offered to you that you're going to love. News, a catalyst that changes your life. Gives you this sense of purpose to move forward. You're receptive to it, whatever it is, you're open for it. And I mean, this could even be a renewal of self-esteem. Something is either said to you or offered to you that shows that you're doing a great job. You don't need validation, but at the same time, it's nice to get, some sort of indication that you're heading in the right direction on something. And also, a lot of you, there is this energy that with the Emperor, okay, as you mature, you're really young at heart, and you're going to get a compliment about you and your looks. Okay, so this could also put a bit of a spring in your step, but I feel like you're holding true to your vision, and you're not allowing anything or anyone to get in the way of progress. Whether that vision is transforming how you deal with stress, or how you, manage your day-to-day activities, or, if you're hitting the gym, you're going to see evidence of whatever it is you're investing in right now. There are things that are taking shape, and you're feeling really proud of yourself that now you can see it's starting to take shape, even though you couldn't in the first place, okay? Because the moon is to reveal where there's progress. And sometimes when you're in the middle of something, trying to build something or do something, you can't see the progress. But at the end of July, you're going to look back and go, I'm doing a good job. I can see how things are paying off for me now. Seven of Pentacles, the fork in the road, the alternative path. Some of you may explore it because the moon is a very explorative energy. This is an evaluation. Something feels like you're dissatisfied with it. And I've got to be honest with you there. And a lot of you may feel like you don't know how to change it. But July offers you the opportunity to get clarity and reveal what it is that is missing. It could be that missing ingredient in life. Whatever that is, you're reigniting that spark. And a lot of you, this is a card of accomplishment, reward for hard work that has taken a long time, but also it helps you plan ahead. There's careful foresight here. And I feel a lot of you are also trying to remain flexible in order to navigate some changes that you're bringing into your life. A lot of you could see some changes in the home space, DIY, things like that. I've already mentioned that. But also you could suddenly find your dream home, make an offer on it, and suddenly you're moving. For some of you, if you've got a landlord, if you rent, you may be told that they're selling the property, and this could come as a bit of a shock. And they may give you some notice on that. I want you to be aware at first, you may feel a little bit bereft, like, oh my gosh, you've got to pack everything up and move. But where you move to is going to be so much better, okay? Even if you love where you're at right now. But I feel like you get somewhere else where you can save money. It just feels better. I feel like there's more comfort there, stability. You just feel like the universe guided you there somehow. You're protected and directed accordingly. We've got unclear path. So some of you may be feeling a little bit like you've been drifting recently. It's like you have a goal, but you may not know how you're going to get there. And that's what that moon energy is. It's like you may feel that things are unclear right now, and I think I did mention this, but suddenly everything becomes clear, or obstacles are removed for you to move forward quicker. Oh, we got a bit of bad gossip there. This card is coming out for a lot of people this month, a lot of the collective, different signs as well. Now, it's almost like my guides want me to reframe this card as well. Bad gossip. Now, this can be like things that you're watching because the sun is to see. This could be things that are negative that perhaps you've been watching. Perhaps people criticizing or, talking about the negative in the world. Things like that. Perhaps there's something there because the Five of Pentacles is to worry. And bad gossip can be that, it's not gossip. I feel that it can be that anything that's negative is also having an impact on you and bringing down your morale or draining your energy. So a lot of you are going to be more discerning about the things that you watch or see, because the sun is to see. It is to, try and hold the positivity, even though there are challenging times. So also, you may find out a shocking surprise about something or someone there that is bad gossip, because we've got the moon energy and the tower. It did say that, do your due diligence. Something isn't as it seems. If someone is trying to be negative about another person, it means they have a motive. Why are they trying to make you think about this person in a certain way? Think about the motive. Think about the reason behind the scenes, because there's something going on behind the scenes there. But I'm going to read this for you. It says, people are gossiping behind your back. It will be wise to be careful with your actions right now. Bad reputation, enemy, and bad talk. Whenever anybody is about to do something monumentally successful, because I see a lot of success cards here, that's when people can get negative, or they can try to put doubt in your mind, or try and make you feel like you're not enough, especially if they have not succeeded themselves. They may say like, oh wow, you're changing direction, and you're trying this new thing. Wow, not many people can do that. And you're like, what? I feel, looking at the energy, you're going to be like, well, watch me. And you're going to thrive and survive and succeed to such a monumental level that they're literally going to eat their words, okay? But some of you, because bad gossip came out, some of you may hear something through a third party about you, okay? And I would, again, wait and watch. Don't jump to conclusions, because this person, again, may have a motive. Someone could be stirring. The Emperor in the resistance position is someone abusing their power or their situation in order to get their own way or have a motive, okay? So, maybe just get some information or communicate with the other person, or, deal with it diplomatically before you completely destroy a relationship over something that someone else has told you. So just watch out for that, okay? We have unclear path. And it says here, step by step, keep going, and it will lead you to the destination you might not have considered. As I mentioned briefly, the alternative path could be calling to you at this time. So it doesn't mean that the goal is different. It says that you're going to reach your destination, and I mentioned that, but it may be that you take a different approach, or it may be that new information needs to reach you before you make a decision on something, and it opens up a whole new ball game for you there. We have communication. Of course, your third house is influencing you. Early education on something, communication, or even the internet or media could help you in your endeavors. Some of you, if you're creating something right now, the card of the Sun is to create. It could be that you're about to launch it or reveal it, but you're worried about how it's going to be received. Well, actually, I see it's going to be received really well. And, this is going to allay your fears and show you that there's no reason to doubt. You're very talented, you're very creative, and get your work out there, get your expression out there. But it says here, be open to receiving messages. You're going to get a lot of them. Okay, a lot of good messages. Page of Cups came through, so that tells me it's a positive message. Right now, it's important to communicate clearly and honestly. Calls, texts, expression, answers. As I mentioned, the third house is about, finding your voice and speaking loud and proud to the universe about what it is you want, expressing yourself clearly. I always say, write it down. Because when we cosmic order, we say what we want to the universe. Dear universe, I would like loads of money, for example. You have to be a little bit more precise than that. Say the amount of money you want, and, take one step in the direction towards that. But I would say, every day we ask for something sometimes. Or, if you ask for lots of money, and, the universe says, okay, they want lots of money, and you've given a precise amount, and then suddenly the next day you said, I would love lots of money, and I would like it to be in a certain currency. And the universe is like, oh, okay, well, now you've changed the parameters of what it is you want. Same with love. If you say, dear universe, I would like to fall in love with a person who has this trait, this trait, this trait, and the universe says, okay, I'm delivering. And then suddenly you add an extra trait on another day. The universe is like, oh, it's like the cosmic kitchen. You've made an order, and now they have to bring the order back to the kitchen to factor in the other ingredients you want. Get clear on what it is that you want. Don't leave anything out with that Five of Pentacles, and watch the universe, move mountains to get you to where you want to be and achieve or be delivered what it is you want. We also have alchemy. The path you're on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. We just saw that in your energy. Transformation, changing, and shift. It's a monumental, foundational shift, but it's positive. You may not see it when you're going through it, but on the other side of you, and this shift is that change. That change is positive. The Chariot card is victory, a personal victory. So it always gets tough just before the breakthrough. And that's in any area that you focus on. It all depends on what you're focused on, because everyone's going to be focused on something different. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Oh. So we have a rune this time. Oh my gosh. So we have a beautiful rune there, the cattle rune. So this is all about wealth, fulfillment, power, material gain. So savings plans, but also taking down debt there, protecting your finances, but also overcoming disappointments. Or even money problems, if you've been having a few problems with finances, you may actually get a rebate, something from the past, tax rebate there, or For some of you, it could be a royalty on something that you've already done or been nourishing. You get some extra money come through, or even, you know, a small win there as well. That's connected to this rune there too. What else am I getting there? I mean, when you have it in the upright, it came in the upright, that means resolving an argument. So if you're having a problem with somebody, I did say there that you could save the relationship or the dynamic there. I feel like you're guarding against loss, and these are the things that perhaps you're worried about right now, but looking at the energy, I feel like there's nothing to worry about, so you're bringing your worries into perspective. And of course we have a teapot. Now, recently, I can't remember which sign I did a reading for, and I saw a teapot. Okay, it was a sign, so I'm not sure. This could be if you have a placement in a certain sign and you watch that reading, you're like, oh my gosh, there's a teapot. So I close my eyes when I pick up the trinkets. Of course, you have to trust me on that. You can't see my eyes, but I do, because I like to be surprised with the trinkets. But the teapot can be like life, you know, it's how you make it. You know, there's a time where you need to sit back and chill, or there's a time where you need to put in a little bit more effort, or, you know, you need to have a stronger brew, as it were. But also, a lot of you, it can be about hydration. Teapot can indicate some of you are hosting something, tea party or something like that. But I feel a lot of you are replenishing. That's an energy. And tea is a calm time. It's like, keep calm and carry on. That's what I'm being given with that energy. So perhaps a teapot is a sign you've asked for. Maybe you may be suddenly invited. Pages are invitations. It could be that you're suddenly invited to some sort of event, a dinner party, or some sort of festival, or even like, you know, an exposition or something that helps you. And it can be an invitation to expand your reach or get involved in the community in some way. So I'll leave it there. I'm not really sure what else to connect to with that teapot, of course, but I hope that something resonates in this reading for all of you, because, of course, it was very complex, may not resonate with all of you. So I will leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.